What's good, guys? It's your girls with NRI Passports.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's 2022.
Rock on.
I still keep thinking I'm in 2021.
People keep saying that they think they're in 2020, which kind of feel.
Conspiracy theory. New episode.
Yeah.
But here's this year's first dose of lighthearted, unfiltered, unapologetic takes on
University.
You might be
wondering why we're in these accents.
We're gonna speak in a British accent. Basically, these are the institutions that gives Indian parents bragging rights.
Yeah.
Basically, they're paying so that they can say, "Yo, my kid is a Harvard graduate."
Yep.
Would you think you would be a Harvard mom? Like, like those.
If my kid got into Harvard, then hell
honestly,
yeah.
I think I'd cry more than my.
Yeah, legit.
But we talk about our experiences, the challenges, adventures. All the times we got not blackout wasted, never mind. But yeah, we're gonna share some of that with you guys. I don't know how many people I don't know what the university experience is like now because of the
COVID situation.
But I think maybe we could even talk about like what it was like pre-COVID.
Yeah. Oh my
Pre-COVID, we all went out. We had freshers week. Don't know about y'all, but sit back, sip your chai, and enjoy. Woo! Let's get into it.
Okay. So, were you the first person in your family, I guess,
to
leave the nest?
Before we start, we don't want to disrespect any culture or community. It's all in good fun. But yes, going back to your question. Was I the first person to go to...
leave the nest, basically.
Leave the nest?
Yeah.
No, technically, yes. Okay, I'm not the first person to go to uni, but I'm the first person to leave the nest to go to uni.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Like in your whole family.
Yes, in my whole family. I had a sister that went for her MBA.
Yeah.
For 1 year abroad. But does that count? Or does leaving the nest mean you go for an extended period of time?
I think the 1 year also would count.
Okay, yeah. So then I'm the second person in my family to do that.
Wow. I think I'm the first because I'm the oldest cousin.
First gen.
Yeah, because I'm the oldest cousin.
So you're setting the bar. You have to.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I was the first person to leave my house, and we both went out of town for university. So there's some people who stay back at home and do university in Hong Kong where we are. But there's some people who go to States or the UK
America,
or wherever
Australia,
they prefer.
Canada, it.
Yeah. So what course did you do in the UK?
Oh my god.
Okay, let's just say which universities we went to first. So
I went to De Montfort in Leicester.
And I went to the University of Exeter in Falmouth.
Okay, so if you couldn't get that already, we went to the UK.
Yeah. So the both of us, our experiences are kind of similar-ish.
Because you said that you were...
Actually, they are quite different. Our experiences were very different.
Yeah, because I just think because of the setting, right?
Yeah, completely.
But I think this is just our experiences. I'm assuming in the US it's completely different because they can't. Because I don't know. I think Canada and UK sounds to me the most similar.
Yeah.
And US sounds like y'all just doing spring break everything. Yeah. But okay, so describe Falmouth. What was your university setting like?
So university was kind of wild for me. It was a insane culture shock for me because we come from Hong Kong, which is super lively. So everything is open. We have places to eat at night.
Asian New York, right?
Yeah, and it's the supermarkets are open late and everything's pop in. You can get what you want. So when I went to Falmouth and I was on that train. Dude, I got on that train and I was like, where the hell am I? Because it turned out to be this quaint retired town where you have one club where you're partying. So I guess in that sense the shock to me was more moving from a city to basically the countryside by the sea. I mean, it was a good place to study. My parents were more than happy at the fact that I was going to a quaint little town. My dad was like, this is perfect, just focus on studies and shut up,
Yeah. And every Indian parent's dream, damn, there's only one nightclub. Wow.
Dude,
and there's old people everywhere. Yes.
Dude, the first night that my parents came to drop me off to university. So my dad came into our university halls, and at that time we were only girls in the dorm. So you can pick mixed genders to go into your dorms, right? So, I mean, it's not like I clicked only girls. I did click mixed genders, but I ended up in a uni room with all like 7 girls. So my parents were like, oh, hell yeah. They're happy about that as well. Like worked in their favor as well. So it was me with 7 different girls. And then like my dad came in to like the uni dorm for the first time. And he went into the fridge and he like opens up the fridge and in the fridge there's like this like massive bottle of like Smirnoff Ice, like not even like straight vodka, it's just Smirnoff Ice. Uncle
didn't even get a break, like he didn't have like a 1 day 2 day to just adjust. It's just straight up like this is what's gonna be like your daughter's diet.
Dude, and then my dad comes up to me and he was just like very, very hush hush, but he was like, funny, and I was like, yeah, what? And he was just like, there's something in the fridge, like there's like a big bottle of like, you know, alcohol in the fridge. And I'm just like, yeah, Dad. And at the time I was 17, so he was like, what the hell is this? Because I was born later in the year, so
you had that whole thing.
So I wasn't 18 during my freshman. So my dad was like, there's alcohol in there. I'm like, Dad, you realize that people who are 25 also can be living in the same like accommodation with me, right?
Yeah, true.
So I was like, chill, relax. Like,
I mean, I'm not saying they're the 25-year-olds drinking that. I'm not saying that, but I'm just letting you know that's what's up.
Yeah. This face was so funny when that happened. But yeah, I was the first person to leave, and my parents were very like, it was very hard for me to leave home.
I like, did you have like that whole emotional?
Yeah, like every time I left,
bawling out. Yeah.
What about you? What did you feel?
Well, to be honest, my university experience was like, my parents weren't. Well, you know, the one thing that my parents always worry is like, oh, how will she adjust stuff? I think that was completely eradicated because I was studying in Leicester.
Yeah.
And that's like a huge like brown population. Like literally like on the first day we arrived, my parents made friends with a restaurant owner who's an Indian guy. Like he's Gujarati as well. So he was like, oh, if she ever feels like eating, you know what I mean? It was like, it literally was like Bombay, but in the UK. I was like, I literally like, I remember my first day being there and I was like, fam, I was like, I totally understand why you guys have no, like, they weren't scared. Like, you know, I was like, oh my God, they're gonna be scared. They weren't scared because I feel like they just saw that Indian community around me. And then, you know, when we arrived there, only like they said that, like, you know, in Leicester you can do like literally they celebrate Diwali, they do this, they do that. So I grew up, I mean, I kind of spent my whole uni experience like not feeling homesick, but yeah, I still had that like whole thing where I'm like, oh my God, is this how Indian people in the UK live? Like I literally had that moment where I was like, y'all be going, like, damn, it's snowing outside and y'all still be going to temple and stuff. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, so that's where I feel like my university experience was a bit different. Because I never, and you know, like some people like they carry food with them, and so that all stuff I didn't do, and also I didn't live with flatmates, which I feel which for me I feel like I did, at least for my first year I wish I'd had, because I feel like I'd missed out on that whole like, because the flatmate fights.
Flatmates are crazy.
I feel like I literally I feel like it would have added some sauce in my life, and but yeah, I stayed by myself most of my university experience, but I kind of became friends with people who had like large flatmates and stuff like that.
But also speaking of like the Desi culture that you saw in the UK, right? So obviously we come from like Hong Kong, so we've also seen NRIs behave in Hong Kong. So we know how people are like Indians in India, then you know Indians in Hong Kong, and then now you've like had this whole experience with Indians in the UK. And it's like when you like first, you know, encounter someone from another like country, how did that feel? Like that?
So basically in my first year I actually was friends with a group of like it was so funny because I remember I posted a photo of like university, and then one of my friends was messaging me, he's like, are you in India or what? Because all my first year friends were like Indian, like there was like a whole group of Indian people. They're from the UK, so obviously I was like, damn, I'm like, y'all not into Bollywood? Like, it's not like, you know, when you think like, oh my God, wouldn't you guys? They're not like, they kind of introduced me to R&B. So shout out, you guys were real ones. But like, yeah, that was a cool thing. I was friends with like Indian people that like, I had a whole group of Indian girls that I kind of like was friends with in my first year. And I actually visited some of their houses like when I was traveling back and forth, because they like all lived in London or some parts of stuff like that, which was a really cool experience because I was like, oh damn, I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I felt like, oh my God, I feel like I'm at home. Like, that whole like bond stuff. But I also think what is really different is that, you know, we think like, like when you go like they grew up in the UK and stuff like that, so they probably don't have like the concept of like you know, like they probably won't know what it's like for us, like, you know, going back and forth to India and stuff like that. But what I was really amazed by is like they have generations living in the UK. You know how we have like families all over the world? I think it's like, I don't think it's a common concept for them. I think it's like very like generation, like they've been there for like years and years. So their grandparents and their parents before that, like they all live in the UK, and they all like born and brought up there,
yeah.
which was really different for me because I always thought like, oh, they're like us, they migrated to
yeah.
But it's been a generational thing, which was pretty cool, I thought. And I was like, oh my god, damn. I'm like, and they're really close with their grandparents, by the way. I feel like that's like a thing.
Yeah.
Like we're close.
I think it's also because they all live together. Like if you are living in the
joint family.
Yeah, I think the joint family concept is quite big there because they all like live together and stuff.
Yeah.
Me on the other hand, I had no brown people at my university.
Oh
like I had
gosh.
2 brown people at my university, and like no brown person. Like there was one brown guy on my course who literally like he came in for like 3 lectures and he was like, I'm out of here, bro. I'm going back to Bombay. Like this is too much for me. He literally left. He was like, see ya. This ain't for me, fam. Because he was like, yeah. So in the campus that I was on, we didn't have any celebrations for Diwali. We didn't really have a brown community. We didn't really have any of that stuff. Yeah. So for me, I was like extra homesick, and I already am someone who's just like very attached to home. Yeah. So in terms of things like I used to take back like cans, like a big like boxes of achar, thepla, like food, all that stuff. Like I took back so much stuff from India. And I also did the flights that were like via Bombay each time.
So you'd stop at Bombay and then
I'd stop at Bombay, and then like it would be a process. It would be like cry in Hong Kong when leaving my parents, then cry again in Bombay when my relatives are dropping me off, and then cry at the train station.
I was literally gonna say, and then cry when you find out you have a 9-hour train to your university. Okay, seriously though, I feel like, dude, fam, I feel like your whole that train ride, because when I visited you, I feel like your train ride to your uni place was a university module in itself.
Yeah, literally. That's the one thing about like the UK was like the transport was insane. Yeah, like there's too much transport.
There's too much transport, but. You know what? One thing I really clocked also was this last minute life is not a thing in the university. You can okay, turning up to lectures late, fine, whatever. Yeah. You cannot be turning up to train stations late.
Yeah, no.
You cannot turn up to appointments. Yeah. And God forbid you forget that I need to photocopy something and you go to the library. You're screwed. You have to wait till the next day.
And it's like time by time, like suppose even if you go to India, or even Hong Kong. Maybe not, but like in India you can be like, oh please just like keep the shop open for like 5 minutes, like can I please come,
and
blah
even
blah
if
blah.
Let's say the shop that you usually go to is closed, there is always one that is open and it's just around the corner, or someone knows someone that will get it done. But my god, in the UK I think I've spent so much in like train fines and just not turning up to things on time, because even that 5 to 10 minutes that I'm so used to, in Hong Kong, you're so used to that life, right? Like,
basically, Indian timing is not going to work there at all.
No, it does not work.
You have to be very, very, very on point.
Or you have to be very rich to pay the fines. Because I also realized over there, it's like everything is like, I don't know how to explain it, but everything is like how you would. It's like very textbook there. Like everything is very textbook.
Even like things like the people who are speaking to you, like the train the lady who comes to check
Postman
your ticket.
Pat. Postman Pat.
Like everybody feels like they're lecturing you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I feel, because we went to like a English school here, so our teachers used to be British.
Very
like they all used to have like that British accent and everything. So whenever you see someone, even just like the shop like keeper, it's like they're telling you something, and you're just like, yes miss, sorry miss.
It's like I feel like I forgot to submit homework. Like that feeling seems to just always become. I don't know if it's like that's just a British thing or what. But even like sometimes when I'm just genuinely just asking someone a question, I'm like, why?
It's like you automatically go to the shopkeeper and you're putting hand up, please can I ask a question?
But that's like also, it's like, I'm so sorry to have asked you. Like, I'm sorry for wasting your time like with these questions. I don't know why. It was just funny, like when the UK, and like I remember like when we went to this restaurant once, and I was like, can I ask this? And Shimani was like, why are you speaking so quietly? Like for someone who's always yelling, I'm like, oh, can I have like
oh my god, that was so funny. But let's go back to like things that you brought from home. Like, was it something that you bought specifically from home, or was it something that you missed about, like, just being in your house, or like being around your parents, or like the Desi thing that you missed?
So obviously I brought like my religious murtis and stuff because that, like, I was like, yo, I need the evil energy to ward off right now. But I also bought like like all the pots and pans and stuff like that.
Oh, you bought pans?
I bought all of that.
Oh my god, I bought a rice cooker.
You bought
I bought a rice cooker and what is it? Pressure cooker.
You bought.
Yeah. And then my mom, like when my mom came to my university, she gave me this classic spice box with all the spices inside it.
Yeah.
And she just kept it there for me.
That's sweet,
Yeah.
man. I got like I had like a few like instant dal packets and stuff like that. My mom was like, in case like you don't want to leave your house and go get it, she's like, you can just have it in the. But after a while, she stopped giving that.
Dude, I tried this like instant rajma like formula.
Mix.
Dude, it was like the nastiest shit that I've ever had. It was like the amount of sodium content in there was way too high because they like need it to stay for so long, right?
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
Really?
Yeah, but
have you?
That's what I miss the most, though. Home cooked meals.
Did you? Okay. Speaking of which, did you actually make like Indian food?
I tried to, dude. One time I made curry and I put ketchup in it. My mom was like, "You are a devil."
My mom was like, "I don't want kids like this no more. Stay there. Don't come back from uni. Graduate and do not speak to me again."
Literally, how many of y'all have been like on the call with your parents, like asking them exactly how to do like a certain recipe? Like I'll be on the call with my mom trying to ask her, "How do you make this? How do you make that?" Yeah. And I think I missed home food like a lot. As soon as I came back, I was like, I need khichdi with yogurt and achar.
Yeah. Oh,
like that was my first meal every time I came back. Actually, whenever I come back from anywhere, like airport, first thing I need is khichdi and achar, like any holiday.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, that's one thing I miss the most. And like, honestly, it was fun cooking for yourself in university.
But you also gotta deep, like if you're cooking for yourself, you gotta wash it up yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
That feeling.
Dude, had you used a dishwasher before? Like I'd never used a dishwasher.
I did, but it was in my master's. I didn't use it in my first.
I mean, like in general in life at home. Like,
yeah, no, I knew.
You had a dishwasher at home?
I didn't have a dishwasher at home, but I knew how to like use one.
Dude, I never had a dishwasher in my house ever. Like my parents would never. Like everyone scrubs their dishes. Like it's not a common practice in India to have a dish. Because dude, the amount of stains that you have on your plate, like you can't just shove it in. Like you just rinse it off and then just put it in the dishwasher, right?
That's the thing. So when we were using, this is why I don't think we actually have dishwashers, because I actually question the utility of it, because you still gotta be rinsing it. And then
if you just got like freaking broccolis and potatoes on there, you can do it. Like that's why they have it, right? Like because
y'all not used to the oil sticking to the plates and shit.
Because like suppose our tiffins that have like all the yellow stains on it, like there's no way that's gonna go in a dishwasher and wash off.
Yeah, that's probably makes sense why we need.
Yeah, so then like when I went to the UK, I had to use like a dishwasher, and I'm used to like those like steel like. Do you know the steel one that we have?
Metal cotton, like yeah, I know what you mean.
Like no one would ever have that. They'd think that's a weapon or something if you took it to them.
But also, I want to take a moment of silence for the times that I saw people, and this I'm not kidding. I saw a mandem do this, right? They had a bucket, soapy water, and they're cleaning all their dishes in that same soapy water in that bucket.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, whoever doing that, unblock. Like y'all. Not a part of my life no more.
I think it's because they can. Like if you do that with Indian food, the first plate that goes in, that water is already mank. But like it's just like these things that were so different that people were doing. Where I was like, this is not how we do it back home.
One thing I loved in the UK, and this is something I did. This is a habit that I picked up from uni, was wearing a dressing gown.
Oh yeah.
Fam, I'm like, yo, y'all be living like y'all got the hack. Like I live for dressing gowns. Like I feel like every Christmas if I got a new one, I'd be.
Yeah, dressing gowns were fun, but also it was like things that I found a little strange was like when I had the roommates and stuff, they'd come into my room, and then like when they would come onto my bed to just sit, they would keep their shoes on, and I was like, I know, and it's like perfectly normal for them. They come and like put their feet up and like they have shoes on, and I'm like, yo. Like this is pop. First of all, this is sin in my house. Like you can't be doing that shit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's the concept of that. Why have you got your sneakers in your room? Like why?
Yeah.
You know that concept where because I only in uni had I actually have my shoes in the same room as where I'm living. Like shoes are always outside or like in a cupboard. Like that irked me a little bit.
It was so funny. I was just like, and it's like. Internally I'm like dying. I'm like, I don't know what to say to you, because I'm like, you're sitting here, you're so comfortable, and you have your like fucking shoes on my bed, and I'm like,
I'm dying a million lifetimes right now, and the God that I've kept over here is judging me crazy right now. So I'm gonna need y'all to not make me sin right now.
I know, and I was like, I'm not doing this. They are not.
Yeah,
like I literally died. I was like, I don't know what to do right now.
Do you know what though? I actually had a group of friends that were like non-Indian. They actually came and they asked me a couple times. They're like, oh, should we take our shoes out?
Oh, that's so.
That was really good. That was I was really impressed by that. I was like, I'm like, you know, this kind of.
This is the difference in places that we went.
And I was like, no, but I had Indian people come in wearing shoes, and then I had non-Indian people being like, yo, do we take our shoes out? But you know what I loved and this is something I did not know was like this is like there's a couple of times where it was like like non-Indian people like in the UK. Like it was so cool. I really liked a lot of things that they did where they were like I think because maybe they grew up like was seeing a lot of Indian communities within like in the UK itself. They'd ask me things like, oh, they're like, oh, is it okay if like I have like a meat sandwich in here and stuff like that? Because I was vegetarian. So it was cool like seeing. I'm like, damn, like people. But I'm like, yo, chill. Like I grew up with people eating meat all around me. Like it's not that deep, but it was pretty sick. Like when I had moments like that, I'm like, damn, like why people be knowing this?
Yeah.
But that was a fun ass experience. How was your okay, let's get into what people really want to hear. How was your life at uni? Like were you partying or were you actually like hitting the books? Like
I think it was obviously more partying than
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think towards maybe third year I kind of chilled out a bit.
Yeah, third year we had to focus, but like freshers, like come on.
Freshers,
the thing is that I was 17 when it was freshers, so I really couldn't get into much. So
seriously, so you actually had like that whole thing where I
couldn't get into much, but I did.
Okay. And then no further comments shall be made.
And then it was a lot of partying, but the music was trash. When I came to Leicester, it was fun. Like they had like sick nights and they had like really good music, but the music wasn't that great where I was. I mean, it was very like poppy, mainstream kind of stuff, not my vibe. But like, yeah, I visited Drish when I went to Leicester, and it was like a completely different world.
That's not lived.
And it was like a completely different world because I'd seen two sides of the UK where I was like, wow, like you have so much like cultural integration where you are. And I was like, I kind of feel closer to home when I'm around this area, you know, because I'm feeling like see people that look like me and like things that are happening that are
and you can have like even if it's just banter.
Indian food, Indian tea, restaurants, like all that stuff was there.
I feel like we celebrated Diwali like a couple of times together, and that was a good feeling. Like that's I think Diwali is when it really hits home. Like that's so the fact that I had like a whole Diwali celebration in Leicester, which was I mean it's the family's not there, but still like it felt like okay, y'all be recognizing the lights and like just seeing all that stuff was good.
Another thing also is like you never realize how much you actually talk to your parents. Like when I video called my mom, I would be on call for like hours and hours and hours, just like talking about my life, talking about my day, and how much you need like their help with things. I was like, yo, I don't know how to do this, and I just straight up call my mom and stuff like that. And then I get offended at the fact that she wouldn't pick up my calls because I'm like, you have a life.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. Like I think that feeling when my mom was like, I gotta balance. She's like, I gotta go.
I'd be sitting there for like 4 hours talking, and she's like, hey, I gotta go now, and I'm like, that's rude.
Yeah, I was like,
what else do you have to do?
I'm like, can you share your calendar with me? Because I need to delete a few events. It's crazy, but you know what? I genuinely did, like on that note, I did not realize how much we took for granted.
Yeah.
Fam, just
living at home is insane, especially in a Desi household. Like in a Desi household, it is the way you get babied and pampered. It is
laundry be done.
It is wild.
Clothes be ironed. Dishes be done.
And this is not like to sound like that we're not taught these things. It's just like it's like in our culture, it's very like parents will take care of their kids till and they will take care no matter what. Like even if you're like 40 years old or like 30 years old, if you go to your parents' place, they will still look at you as a kid and they'll treat you like as a kid as well. So this is like part of our culture where this has happened. So when it's like when you're put in the deep end and you have to do these like basic life activities, mom was feeling sorry for me that I had to do it, and I'm like, mom, like what? She's just like, oh my god, you have to do that yourself, and I'm just like, yes, mom, like it's fine that I have to do that myself.
You know what? I feel like there were times where like I used to look at a pile of dishes and I was like, fam, what I wouldn't give right now. But over on the whole, I'm so glad because the fact that I actually know how to use a washing machine now. Yeah. Like, okay, this might not sound like a big achievement for some people, but for me, I genuinely was like, fam, because I screwed up a couple of my first couple of times. Like, I actually had my friends tell me like, you're supposed to use a color catcher. Like, you're not supposed to be putting clothes like that. And also, you gotta remember, in the UK, like, you don't wash clothes as much there, right? Because of the winters or whatever. So in my head, I'm like, that's something that was like the biggest shock of my life. I'm like, fam, clothes, like, you know. Okay, I don't want to sound like over the top or whatever, but like clothes actually do get pressed into like they don't they're in your cupboard, right? But I'm like, fam, I actually went through a couple of days where I'm like, oh my god, I haven't done my laundry yet. Like, did you have those moments?
Dude, I literally used to be like, I could sleep on this for one more day.
Oh,
and then I was like, oh, literally, dude.
I think I wore a bathing suit.
Yeah, it's underwear.
It's underwear.
I've done that as well. Oh my god, I've done that as well.
Indian mom's gonna be hearing this and they're crying in their sleep. Like,
dude,
damn.
literally. But yeah, I think that like. Yeah, there's so much from uni that we learn, I feel, and it's also such a good experience to like you know, study abroad and have that whole.
I think I genuinely okay. So when it comes like, for example, if you're kids and like when they ask that question, like, because I feel like sometimes, you know, the question is, it's like, do you feel like you'd be scared to let your kid? Because I feel like that was like a big thing, right? Like sending your kids to uni and stuff like that. Like a lot of parents are scared about that. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I do understand it though. You're sending someone like, not even just like to the next neighboring country. It's like thousands of miles away. So if something does happen, it's like a 12-hour flight. So I do understand my parents get, but what do you think? Like, do you
I think definitely. I think it's like the biggest part about growing up. The things that you learn there, the things that you get to learn on your own. Yeah. I think going to university and being out of town is something that, like, if you can and if you're able to, is something that is recommended. Like, I'm 100%. Like,
100% go for it.
100% go for it. Because, like, even my brother, he left the nest when he was in high school. So he went to boarding school. Right. And the fact that he went to boarding school and then he went to university, the things that he has learned, he's been more mature than me since like forever. Yeah. He's just been like, I'm his older sister, but it feels like he's my older brother because it feels like he's matured so much just by going there and doing things on his own. Like, you have to schedule things yourself. You have to be, you know, a responsible adult and do things.
Because you gotta remember, like, nobody is like, if you miss an appointment or you do it, it's only on you. Like, no, you can't just bring up your mom and be like, Mom, because she's gonna be like, what do you want me to do about this? Like, did you have like those moments where you're crying to your mom, like, Mom, I hate it? Yeah.
Dude, there was one point in my first year I was like, I want to come back, and she was just like, nah, girl, you ain't doing that. She was like, you are not gonna do that, because I literally was like, I want to come back home. Like, I hate it here. I was like, there's like no one here. Like, it's a freaking farm. Like, what am I gonna do here? I was like, I can't even, if I want to go buy milk at like 6 p.m. I can't go do it because the shops are shut. And then she was just like, no, you're gonna have to stick it out. And I'm so grateful for the fact that she said that you're gonna have to stick it out, because after coming out of those experiences and doing university, I feel like it improved, like helped me improve as a person so much.
Do you feel like when you like, and this is something I can honestly say, I feel like I entered uni as one person and I came out like a completely different person.
Full 360. Full 360, like the person that you are in high school, the person that you are in the beginning of university, and the person you become afterwards is like a full, you know, like butterfly cocoon transformation.
But I mean, I think we're unique because we didn't come back with a British accent.
Yeah. Dude, people who come, dude, Indians who come back with British accents from university, how y'all pick that up? Do you not talk to your mom every day? If I went on a phone call and be like, hello, mother, she'd be like,
I think tone slaps,
it down.
I think she'll give me 2 slaps and a Panadol and be like, sleep that accent off, because you're not going to keep speaking like this in my household. I genuinely do not. No, but you know what?
I don't understand though. I'm like, do you not speak? Because imagine you go on call and you're talking to your parents like that. They'll be like, you've been there for 6 months. How the hell did you pick up an accent?
You can't even speak Hindi after hearing it in the household for 17 years. But all of a sudden you've gone to the UK and now you have a British accent. Oh my Explain me the logic, fam. But I understand people who pick up lingo and you pick up like the music.
I mean, that's fine. But it's like, dude.
But where are you getting this Sussex accent from? Exactly. And why are you now on the episode of Love Island every time we're hanging out? Like, what is...
Oh my God, dude, I can't. I think it's so funny because like people who are born and brought up there, fine, they get the accent. Yeah. That's obviously...
Even that, sometimes I used to be like, no, okay,
you're faking it, right?
You're faking it. Dude, sometimes I'm just like, shut.
But that's because we've seen people come and fake it. Like, you start doubting everybody suddenly. It's like that accent's fake.
There was people, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I found it, I'm like, okay, never mind. Her whole family, like, her whole 5 generations have been here. I'm like, okay, chill out. Like, you're the one who's acting up right now. But sometimes when they're like, oh, can you pause that? I'm like, dude, shut. Like, you know when you're just like, shut, say it properly. Yeah. And I'll pass it to you. Like, I see it irritated. I'm like
turn it off. Turn the accent filter off.
Dude, relax. It's just Indian people over here. It's like, sometimes just be like, it's just us. Yeah. Like, homie, it's just us. Like, nobody
fake it no more.
Yeah. I'm like, we're not trying to get into a club. Like, the bouncer has seen your ID. He has seen Indian nationality. Like,
oh my God. So I guess that was a bit of our university experiences.
University experience.
Desi's abroad.
Desi Off-Duty. We were on duty abroad. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to those 12-hour flights, because we had a hell of a ride, innit? Like, we had a perfectly good time. Bit of ITV. Dude, have you noticed?
Goggle box.
Goggle box. Desi Off-Duty next episode. Goggle box.
Dude.
Oh my God.
But yeah, anyways, we'll
see you guys next week
time. Leave us some of your funny experiences that you had when you went abroad, some culture shocks and things like that.
And send us your spring break photos, because I don't want to embarrass all of y'all.
All right.
All right, then.
We'll see you next time. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe.